Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is Bjorn. He's our little yoga buddy today. I don't know how much yoga he's going to do, but we can give it a go. Just going to ground down into our mats, rolling the shoulders down and back, shoulders over hips, spine nice and straight, that invisible string being pulled from the top of your head, and a slight tuck of the chin. Just beginning to arrive, noticing your breath, where it's flowing today. Noticing the sounds of the birds, the traffic around you outside. Feeling the breeze on your skin. Just tapping into whatever other sensations are around you today. Taking a deep breath all the way into the belly, filling it up as much as possible. And exhaling to release. Through cleansing breaths like this, filling yourself up all the way, all the fresh prana, the morning air. And exhale out the mouth. One more time. Inhaling all that fresh, vital energy all the way into your belly, filling up the balloon. And exhaling everything you don't want out. We'll join our hands together. We'll chant Om to begin the class. Taking a deep breath in. Om. Gently bow our heads, pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this land and Indigenous leaders past, emerging, and present. We give thanks to the sages, the rishis, the yogis who came before us to share this knowledge of yoga. We give thanks to our God, Mother Earth, nature, the divine, your guardian angels, your highest consciousness, whatever you want to call it, whatever holds you and keeps you safe, for bringing you to this mat. All right, so we'll just gently warm up. Inhale through to some cat cows. Exhaling back. Inhaling through. And exhaling back. Inhaling, bring the chest all the way through, sending that throat open. And exhaling, really rounding the spine. Inhaling up. And exhaling out. So we're going to ground down through the legs first. So keeping the right foot on the mat, keeping the shin parallel with the front of your mat. You're going to stack that left foot on top of the right. So placing your left foot over your right knee. This is for our fire log pose. Pulling the flesh out from under our seat bones. Pointing the toes forward to protect the knees. Getting nice and comfortable in this position here. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, allowing the hip to release. And next breath, we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale, gently fold forward. You may not get far at all. It is a very tight stretch, especially on the outside of your hips or your back. So maybe you're just up here or walking it gently forward. Dropping the head, releasing the tension in the neck, the shoulders, dropping them away from the ears. Breathing deep into this posture. You're on day 13 of yoga now, which is incredible. And I saw this little quote that said, The body adapts, the mind strengthens, and the soul flourishes when you show up for yourself. So you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Maybe you haven't done the whole 13 days, that's fine. Even if you've just done one or two, that's still one or two more than you've done before. So always remember to celebrate the wins. Gently pushing into the palms, sending yourself up, sending the legs forward for our staff pose. Sitting up nice and straight. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling, folding forward again. Maybe the hands just come to the thighs, the knees, the shins, or maybe you can touch your toes. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine, sending that head up again, and then exhaling over. Allowing all the tension to just melt away. And gently inhaling back up. This time we plant the left leg on the ground, that shin parallel with the front of the mat. Stacking the right foot on top. So the right knee comes over the left knee. Right foot over left knee. Pointing the toes forward, protecting the knees. If this pose is too strong for you, just come into a seated position. Find what works for you. Taking a deep breath in here, rooting down through both the sit bones. Next inhale, hands come all the way up. And exhale, folding forward over those legs. Noticing if one side's tighter than the other. Melting into this posture. And just notice where you're maybe holding on to tension because it's quite a tight pose. Maybe you're clamping your thighs up or really tightening in your calves or up your back or something. So with your next exhale, just see if you can release even more tension. And gently pushing into the hands. Inhaling back up. Shoulders over spine. This time you're going to find your reverse tabletop. So coming into your seated position, legs out in front of you bent. Hands come underneath you, under the elbows. Feet coming in a little bit closer to your bottom, knees bent up. We inhale the hips all the way up for our reverse tabletop, sending the head back. And gently exhaling back down. Now rolling onto our knees, tabletop the other way. And we'll just move through a few cat-cows, so planting tops of the feet down, grounding down through the hands and the fingertips, dropping the belly as we inhale and look up. And exhale, pushing into the mat, rounding the spine, pushing away. Inhale, opening. And exhale, push away. You can make this as exaggerated or as little as you like. I really like to add some hip circles, so as I go down and around, and exhale out. Inhaling up, and exhaling round and out. Spinning the other way if you've added the hip circles. Beautiful. Now when you're ready, planting your hands, tucking the toes, and just hovering the knees, the hovering tabletop, turning everything on. Then exhaling, send the hips up and back. Pressing one heel down, then the other. Then finding stillness. Breathing deeply here into the belly all the way. Feeling the power and the strength in your back and your arms and your shoulders. Seeing if you can drop those shoulders away from the ears again, opening up that chest slightly more. Feeling nice and strong and connected here. When you're ready, we're going to tippy toe the feet, taking as many little steps as you can, all the way to the top of your mat. Hanging here for your forward fold. Hands clasping opposite elbows. Nodding the head yes, shaking it no. Dropping the hands and gently rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders up to the ears and dropping down. So we'll move into one quick round of sun salutations just to get the body warmed up. Make sure that we're all on track with that. So inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Maybe a slight little back bend in the upper back. Exhale, folding down over the legs. Allowing the back body to release. Inhale, halfway lift. Sending the top of the head to the side of the room. Then exhaling the hands down. We step our right foot back, coming to our runner's lunge. Dropping that back knee. Inhaling the hands all the way up. Finding that beautiful hip opener. Breathing here. Then exhale, hands come down to frame the foot, tucking the toes. We step the left foot back to meet the right. Finding our down dog here. We inhale, waving through to our plank. Dropping to the knees. And exhaling, hugging the elbows to the ribs, all the way down. Placing the hands slightly wide of the mat. We inhale up for our baby cobra. Exhale back down. Then inhale, find our way back in our downward facing dog. This time we're going to step that right foot up in between the hands, dropping the left knee, and inhale the hands all the way up, finding the stretch in your hip flexor on the other side. One more inhale here. Exhale to frame that foot and stepping that back foot up to meet the right. Hanging in our forward fold. Then circle sweeping the hands all the way up on the inhale. And then hands come back down through to heart center. Take a deep inhale, circle sweeping the arms up. Then exhale, folding forward again. This time we're going to step our left foot back. And then you're going to drop, spinning that back heel down, keeping that front ankle in line with the arch of the back foot. So setting up for our warrior two. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up, finding that beautiful bend in that front leg. Making sure that the knee is over the ankle but not over the toes. Just warming up into this one, so about 3 to 4 feet apart. Everything in line. Arms out nice and strong and really sending that energy through the fingertips. So building our strength and our resilience in this warrior two pose. Deep breath in here, really holding it, let the fire build. Strength doesn't come from a physical capacity, but from an indomitable will. Amazing quote by Mahatma Gandhi. breathing here. Maybe taking that right knee out slightly more to the right so you can see that big toe. You don't want to be leaning over. You don't want your hands to be flappy. Really finding that strength. We're going to inhale, turn the palm up, and exhale, sending it back for our reverse warrior. Opening up that side body. Still got that bend in that front knee. We're going to inhale back to our warrior two. As we exhale, we're going to drop that right elbow to the right knee, bringing that left arm over, still pointing that energy directly overhead. So you want your left hand to be one big line of energy down the left side of the body into the foot. Opening up that chest a little bit more. Maybe pushing that right elbow into the right knee. Feeling that strength building. You're going to inhale, bringing that hand back up. Exhale, reversing all the way back for your reverse warrior. Inhaling back to our warrior two. We're going to straighten that front leg, still keeping our torso nice and strong. We're going to inhale, reach all the way over our toes, like we're trying to touch the wall on the other side. Deep inhale here. As we exhale, sending that right arm down, maybe to the ankle, to the thigh, or even to the floor, and opening up for our side triangle. So you want to feel like you're being pressed in between two panes of glass here. So you want your whole body to be in line. You don't want your hips jutting out here. See if you can line everything up. Deep breaths here. You're going to bend into that front knee. Inhale back up all the way to reverse warrior. Then exhale, circling forward to frame the foot. And stepping the foot all the way up and back for your three-legged dog. Exhaling that foot down to the mat. Inhaling through to our plank. And then exhaling down. Maybe staying off your knees this time around. Coming all the way to the mat. Hands come out slightly. And we inhale up for our baby cobra. And exhaling back down. Placing the hands back by the chest. We inhale back up. Finding our downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. Then tippy toe the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Holding our forward fold. Maybe even wrapping the hands behind the calves. Pulling yourself a little bit further into the legs. Releasing the hands and gently rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, very mindfully. Shoulders up, back, and down. So that was our dancing warrior sequence, which is a really fun one to do. Very strength building. So I'm going to come to the other side of my mat so you can see me again. You can stay where you are. Inhaling the hands all the way up. And exhaling down to prepare for the other side. Allowing everything to release. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling down. This time we inhale our right foot back. Setting up for our runner's lunge. Then you're going to drop that back foot, making sure that the front heel is in line with the arch of that foot again. Finding your balance, really gripping down through your toes. Then inhaling, circle sweep up into our warrior two on the other side. Really just feeling into this pose, taking as many steps in and out as you need. You always have time to set up. You never have to rush straight into anything. Making sure that that left knee is coming out to the side a little bit more so you can see that big toe. Taking a deep breath here, really sending the energy out through the fingertips. Remember, finding that strength. These warriors may be feeling a little bit strong at the moment, but just remember, you are stronger than you think and you're braver than you feel. Inhaling, flipping that hand, having the left hand palm pointing to the sky. We exhale, reverse warrior, scooping that energy all the way up through the other, opening up that side body. Maybe you can turn your chest to the sky a little bit more. Exhaling back for our warrior two. Inhaling here. Then exhale, dropping that left arm to the left thigh. Bring that right arm overhead. Remembering one strong line of energy from the knife edge of your right foot all the way into your fingertips. Deep breaths here for our extended side angle. Really concentrating on that connection between your left elbow and your left knee. Inhaling, floating that hand back and down, the front one up and over. Inhaling back for our warrior two. We set up for our side angle, our extended triangle. So straightening that front leg out. Inhaling, reaching all the way over. And then exhaling, coming down. Bring that hand up. Trying to line our body up as much as we can. Literally 2 panes of glass are holding you together. Hips in line with shoulders. See if you can pull it back with that left foot on the mat a little bit more to really strengthen the stance. Really feel the stretch inside there. So doing a bit more of a hatha practice this week where we're holding our poses for a bit longer. So it really builds up the muscle strength, a mental strength too, and always returning to breath. Inhaling that hand back up, bending into that left knee and finding a reverse warrior. And then we inhale over, framing that left foot, planting the hands, and stepping that left foot up and back for our 3-legged dog. Dropping that foot down to the earth. Returning to our down dog. And then just gently taking the knees out to the side and sinking the hips back. Grounding yourself down into this recovery position. Deep breaths all the way into the back. Gently raise yourself back up into your tabletop, tucking the toes and exhaling back for our downward facing dog. Tippy toe the feet all the way to the top again. Trying to keep your hands on the mat as you walk up to meet them. Inhaling, halfway lift, and then exhaling, folding over those legs. Maybe bring the hands behind the calves. Really carving out that belly, allowing the chest to touch the thighs. Dropping the hands and rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders up and back and down. So we're going to move into our balancing posture now. So we've done our reverse warrior, we've done a peaceful warrior, done our warrior 2. So now we're going to move on to our warrior 3. So that is where we balance on one leg and we take our hands back into aeroplane arms. So bringing the hands to heart center, get yourself nice and grounded, lifting the toes, spreading them and planting them back down, visualizing all 4 corners of the feet on the mat. You're going to inhale that right knee up to the chest. Then you're going to exhale, sending it through, tilting forward at the hips, sending the arms out into aeroplane. Maybe you're a warrior, you're just lifting the foot up behind you here and just leaning forward, gently bringing it up further and further whenever you're comfortable. Remembering it's totally natural and normal to wobble, to shake, maybe even fall out of it. As Nelson Mandela said, do not judge me by my success, but judge me by how many times I fell and got back up. So totally fine. If you need to take a moment to readjust, just get back up. Exhale, bringing that right knee back through to the chest. You're going to hold it with your hands. I'll show you. Holding it here. If you're ready, you can grab with your peace fingers your big toe, or maybe use a strap or something like that, or just grab your pant or your leg and inhale, kick that foot out in front. If this is too strong for you, just holding it where you can, maybe wrapping something around so you can bring it up a little bit further. Maybe bending the knee in. Really turning that core on. And then exhale, bring foot back in, and releasing to the mat. Maybe shaking out that standing leg. And we'll do the other side. So this time, planting the right foot in the mat. Hands come to heart center. We inhale that foot up. And exhale, sending it back. So again, you may just be coming to here, holding a balance, or slightly beginning to rise it, turning that glute on, that back body. You want to have a little bit of bend behind your heart space. So turning on the muscles in the back, shoulders away from ears as you tilt forward. Trying to keep the hips pointing to the ground. Embracing the shakes. Feeling the strength build in that standing leg. And when you're ready, inhaling back up and bringing that knee, hugging it to your chest. Taking a deep breath here. When you're ready, if you can't quite grab your toes, maybe placing your hands underneath your thighs and just playing with kicking that foot out with a little bit more support. Otherwise, wrapping your peace fingers around your big toe and sending that foot out. Trying to lengthen that spine as much as you can. Finding your drishti or your point of focus in front of you. Deep breaths into the belly. Then exhale, bending that knee and coming back down to our Tadasana. Taking it out. And take one more big inhale here. Circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale, gently forward fold. Releasing the lower back. Allowing yourself to hang and be heavy here. Maybe rocking back and forth between your toes and your heels. Maybe swaying side to side. Or maybe just enjoying this moment of stillness and surrender. We're going to shuffle the feet out, slightly wider of the mat, toes on a diagonal. Exhale, dropping the hips down and opening up for our Malasana. So pushing the elbows into knees, knees into elbows. Trying to drop those hips if you can, but if not, holding yourself where you feel comfortable. And with each exhale, gently coming down. Remembering you can always put a block, a book, or even a rolled up towel underneath the ankles to give you a little bit more support. Deep breath here. Then exhale, planting the hands on the mat. Hips go up. Shuffle the feet back in. And then finding your way back down or onto your knees. And coming to sit up. From here, you're going to tuck the toes under. So this is a really intense plantar stretch. And sitting back down onto the feet. Allowing all of this to open the soles of our feet because we're on them all the time, but we never tend to show them much love. And just deep breaths into your diaphragm, allowing the gravity and the weight of your body to stretch out your feet and your toes. Keep breathing here. You can get quite strong and uncomfortable. One more inhale. And exhale. Gently coming forward, untucking the toes, planting them on the mat, and maybe just tippy tapping them. And then coming down onto your bottom and finding your easy seat. So sending the left leg out in front, taking the right leg up and over. You're going to bend that left knee back in. So pretzeling yourself a little bit. Inhale that left arm up. And then exhale, turn to twist, wrapping that left elbow behind the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling and exhaling to twist a little bit more. Breathing all the way into your belly. Just melting into the twist. Allowing yourself to surrender in this recover position. Resiliency isn't always about being physically strong. It's about just showing up even when life continues to throw you curveballs. In these poses, I always give you adjustments or options because you've got to make the pose work for you. Same in life, you've just got to do it how it works for you. Your next inhale, gently come round, finding your counter twist. Gently placing the hands on the mat on the other side. Beautiful. Gently come back up and swapping legs. So sending the right leg out in front, left leg comes over. Parking that right knee in. Getting nice and comfortable here, nice straight spine. Inhale the arm up. And exhale, turn to twist to the left. Hooking that right elbow outside that left knee. Nice straight spine. And with each exhale, twisting a little bit more. Whenever you think you can't go further, just take another deep breath in and exhale. And notice, even if you just move the tiniest little bit, still moving forward. One more inhale here. And exhale. On the inhale, gently moving your hands forward and finding your counter twist over to the other side. Not pushing this one or forcing this one, just allowing everything to recalibrate and open up. And gently pushing out of this one. And then finding our way onto our backs. Gently hitting the back on the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, using your core one last time. Bring yourself down and just take up as much space as you need. Arms coming wide, legs going out. If you like, before you go into your Savasana, you can take one more cuddle of the knees to the chest, rolling side to side, massaging that lower back, and then just exhaling out. Just focusing on your breath, allowing the belly to completely expand, and then exhaling, sigh it all out. As you lie here in this Savasana, I want you to think of a time where you showed strength or resiliency. Picture that time in your mind's eye. Maybe it was something physical, like your PB at the gym. Maybe it was something emotional, like standing up to your boss or someone who was being nasty. Or maybe it was just when life just kept on throwing you curveballs, but you still got up every single day and did your best. Really breathe into this moment. Tap into your own strength. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about always rising. Take one more deep breath all the way into the belly, really building on that strength, that power, that resilience. And exhale, release any fear, doubt, or what you may perceive as weakness. Let it go. When you're ready, wiggling your fingers and toes, and gently coming into the side position, hugging yourself in the fetal position, holding on to that strength, holding on to that power. And then gently pushing into your hands and coming back up to a seated position. Eyes closed, staying in the practice. Sitting up nice and tall and strong. We'll chant Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti to end the class. So bringing your hands to heart center. We'll breathe in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently bow our heads. Give yourselves thanks for showing up to this practice. Give each other thanks for sharing in this space. And give thanks to your God, the Divine, Mother Earth, guardian angels, or just your own inner power. Thank you for having the strength to show up today and to show up every day. And just know you've survived 100% of your bad days. And you have the strength to keep on going. Namaste.